All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We're joined with the Lindale Eagles and head coach Chris Cochran. We're also joined with number 4, Jamon Jackson. Thank you both for joining us here. Coach, would love if you could open us up with just some opening statements about this game and then also, your journey to state this year.
Yeah, we wanted it to end a little bit differently, but I'm just telling you, I'm so proud of what these young men have done, the way that they've just brought an electricity to our town and to our school, and it's been an unbelievable ride, and one that we're always going to be really, really proud of. And I hate that it ended the way that it did tonight. Hats off to Argyle. Congratulations to them. Really, really good football team. Very well coached football team. And it's obvious they won 16 games. So congrats to those guys. But I'm telling you, I am so proud of this young man and Jordan and the rest of their teammates. And they gave our community something to be really, really proud of.
Thank you. At this time, I can open it up for questions from the media. If you have any questions, you can just unmute yourself and ask your question.
Coach Cochran, Brandon Ogden here. Just what was the Argyle was able to do tonight? I know they jumped on you early, and just, what adjustments did y'all make throughout the game to try to, make another comeback? But what was it they were able to do to kind of take you out of y'all's game?
Yeah, they just, offensively, we couldn't ever really free Jordan up. And that's what's got us here, and a lot of speed on the field. We were trying to play action on a good bit and couldn't do that. They were pressuring Sam. He couldn't really get comfortable in the pocket. So, we honestly just wanted to go execute better. And I think we did at times in the second half. These guys, they fight, and you all know that about them. So, offensively, we were just trying to lock on, stay on blocks a little bit better. And, I think we did a decent job of that. Not good enough, obviously. And then, defensively, it was at halftime, it was all about tackling. And, we tackled okay, not good enough to win a state championship game. And, they hit a few creases and got some guys loose. We got some bad eyes in the back end a couple of times where they were able to hit a few deep shots. And there were, several trick plays that got us too. So, we made adjustments. I don't know how much it looked like it, but we did make some, and, the kids fought their butts off.
Coach, Joseph Hoyt here for the Dallas Morning News. Obviously this is a team that was undefeated coming into this game in Argyle, and they didn't trail at one point this season. I'm just kind of curious to hear what you saw on film and what kind of challenge was ahead of you.
Yeah, we knew. I mean, that's a great question. We knew it was going to be a huge challenge, but, we showed up believing, and we showed up expecting to win the game. Did we know that they were really good? Obviously, absolutely, yes. But we did expect to, go play with them. And I think, we turned the ball over early on, the kickoff return where the ball, was bouncing around. That hurt us. Obviously, that was a huge momentum deal. Could never really get anything going, but that's what they do. I mean, that's what really good teams do. So hats off to them. That's why they didn't trail all year long, because their foot's on the gas nonstop.
Coach, what did you think of the performance of their running back in this game?
Yeah, all of them were really good. They did a great job. Their O-line, we knew their O-line was really good coming in. Big dudes that, lock on, and our goal was trying to get off blocks. And, but they gave them creases. Their O-line gave those dudes creases, and they just play so hard. I mean, obviously I'll have to watch the film to truly answer that, but they play so hard, and, we were kind of bouncing off of them, in some key spots instead of, trying to tackle legs and that kind of thing. But they're really, really good football players.
Jamon, this is Joseph Hoyt from the Dallas Morning News again. I'm just kind of curious from your perspective. I mean, I think being a high school football player during this year is very unique, amidst the pandemic and all the challenges that everyone faced. I'm just kind of curious what your thoughts are at this moment, going through an entire season, through a pandemic, making it to a state championship and getting all the way to this point?
Even though we lost, I'm everybody on this team just blessed to have a season. We're just blessed that we made it this far, and we're blessed to even compete at this level,
Jamon, I know obviously it's tough right now, but just what's this ride been like for y'all? And, how would you describe this season and this run in your senior year?
This ride been very fun. The whole team just became pretty much, we already was family, but the more and the longer the season was, the closer we got, and we formed a good brotherhood. Pretty much we're going to help each other no matter what, and we're going to keep working with each other no matter what. We don't quit. We didn't quit. We played through all 4 quarters. We didn't get it done how we wanted to, but we played hard through all 4 quarters.
Coach, this is Reese Waddell with the Denton Record Chronicle. They held y'all scoreless in the first half. What is it about Argyle defensively that makes it so tough on teams?
It's a different system. That was the first time we had seen a defense like that. So we knew it was going to be a little bit, unique, I guess. They rotate D linemen. That was I would say that's one of the big challenges. They rotate 6 or 7 D linemen, and so those guys, they just constantly keep them fresh compared to an offensive line that's all 5 are out there almost every play. So they're rotating those guys in. The speed of their defense, just team speed in general, they've got 11 dudes that are flying around. It is obvious that those dudes, and we talked about it this week. We knew it was going to be a tough test. We pride ourselves in playing with relentless effort and playing harder than the other team. We knew that was going to be a challenge against these guys. But really, man, just at all 3 levels, the D-line, the linebackers, and the DBs, they play that cover 3 system, and they're constantly rolling different people, which makes it difficult. And, like I said, first, the fact that the pressure that they create up front makes it really, really tough in the running game and passing game.
Coach, as Jordan goes to the next level, for college football people, what should they know most about Jordan?
High character young man. That is one of the best young men that I've ever coached, and this one right here is too. But Jordan is a guy that he is a worker at all cost. He has led our program and taken our program to a different level just because he shows up each and every day and does everything you ask exactly like you ask him to do it, and then some. So extremely high character. He's going to be a 4.0 student. He's going to show up to every meeting. He's going to, do exactly what you ask as far as, his treatment goes, and, just to stay healthy. He gets the proper amount of sleep. I could go on and on, but they're getting a phenomenal person. And because of that, he's a really, really good football player too.
Coach, I asked Jamon this earlier. Joseph Hoyt, Dallas Morning News again. I asked Jamon just what his thoughts are in this moment. A season amidst a pandemic. There was doubt this season would even happen at one point in the offseason. What are your just kind of wrapping up thoughts on just being able to complete this season and even eventually get to this point and play for a state championship?
Yeah, just thankful, blessed, humbled. That's what I've been saying all week, really. And really, it's about being here. All of those things describe being here. But beyond that, to get to play the season, I told him on August the 4th, we're going to take this basically one day at a time. You didn't know how this was going to end up. But here we are. We made it. I think it's 20 weeks. It was a 20-week season, and here we sit. Didn't end the way that we wanted it to, but I'm so proud, as I said earlier, to have the opportunity to get to bring Lindale here as a program, Lindale football. You saw those stands, and man, we had the community behind us, and we had our school district behind us, and it was an incredible opportunity, and we're so thankful that God put us here. I want to make sure that we always give him the glory for it. Win or loss, we're going to give him the glory. So we're very, very thankful that he allowed us to play this long.
Thank you both so much, and congratulations on an outstanding season. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Okay.
We can screenshot it right here if you want and get a little picture of us.
Probably won't be doing that.
Oh, man.
All right. We are now joined by the Argyle Eagles and Coach Todd Rogers. We're also joined with number 9, our offensive MVP, Tito Bryce. Coach, do you want to start us off with any opening statements?
No, I mean, it's a joyous event. I'm proud of my football team. I think they played like champions tonight, and they were really focused the entire week, and it was amazing to go out there and apply it in such a unusual environment. This is the biggest crowd we've played in front of all year. It's the first time our band's been on the road. The drill team's there. It's all good. We loved it.
That's great. Thank you. At this time, we can open it up to questions from the media.
Coach Reese Waddell, Denton Record Chronicle here. You and I talked at length this season about overcoming obstacles and clearing hurdles. What does this state title mean for you and this team, and how proud are you of these kids?
Well, I think COVID was such a distraction early on. It creates a lot of anxiety on your team. You're having to deal with a lot of mitigation risk and factors that you don't normally do. And I think our kids really conformed to it in June and July. And then for them to just worry about football when football season got here.
Tito, this is Joseph Hoyt from the Dallas Morning News. Obviously, last year ended for you with a torn ACL. This year ends with a state championship and 4 touchdowns. Can you just kind of describe what the journey has been for you and what it means to go out this way?
It's been a crazy journey. After I tore my ACL, I went right to work after I got surgery, and all my teammates and my coaches just pushed me super hard, and I had the whole community behind me, and turned out great like we wanted it to.
Coach Reese here again. There was a stat that I found earlier this week. You guys never trailed in a game at any point this season, and you guys are going to end the year 16-0, having never trailed in a game. What does that say about your team this year and just how dominant they were start to finish?
Our offensive coaches are just looking for little nuggets that they can find to put into the game plan. And so they go out there and execute it. And our defensive coaches do much the same. And for us to come out guns blazing offensively and have that great shutdown defense, it's been a perfect combination for a 16-0 season.
Coach James Harris with NBC5 Inside High School Sports. Congratulations on a great season, first of all, and to you as well, Tito. We talked earlier in the year, you've got a quarterback who nobody really knew about. He steps in and, I mean, he was darn near flawless this year. If you could just talk a little bit about Rogers and the way he performed this year and how much confidence that gave the team to know that they had such a leader who was so capable.
Well, this is where I think the pandemic was a blessing. He really stepped out in the pandemic and was instrumental in getting the receivers together and heavy weight workouts, setting his videos and posting his videos to Sports U and just really leading from the front. He was setting the pace for our whole team, just like most of our seniors were. And I'm so proud of them because the burden fell on them and not on us as coaches. And they learned how to do it. And I think the pandemic contributed greatly to that. And he's been a fabulous quarterback and amazing leader on our team. And I'm glad it all turned out that way for him. and the rest of the people that did the work when nobody else was watching.
Thank you.
Tito,
Coach Brandon Ogden, Tyler Martin Telegraph here. Just what did you see from Lindell coming in, and what was it y'all were trying to do to slow down Jordan Jenkins and the rest of their offense tonight?
Well, we have done a great job of stopping the run all year. We didn't do anything extraordinary. We didn't have to change our defense or change our coverages or anything like that. We just got some good reads on their offense. They have a very deceptive offense with what they do, and I think we got some good reads. And you're never going to stop a great running back like that. You just need to slow him down a whole bunch and kind of take him out of the game to, per se. And we were able to do that. It just shows you there towards the end, he was able to get loose, and he looked quite dynamic at that time.
Tito, when you were going through your rehab, I mean, how much motivation was it, thinking about the opportunity to play in Arlington?
I had a ton of motivation. I've been wanting to play here, Cowboy Stadium, since I've been in kindergarten. And after I got hurt, I knew I was going into my senior year, and I just wanted to work super hard. And like I said, my teammates pushed me super hard, and everything turned out good.
Coach, you kind of mentioned some of your seniors leading the way. What did you see from Tito over the course of this year as he came back and kind of became a leader?
Well, Tito was, going through the rehab and then coming up and rehabbing again up at school during the summer when we started our summer conditioning program. So, he was posting his rehab workouts as much as he possibly could to Sport U, just like all his other teammates. And so, he's leading from the front as well. And it's just setting a precedence, guiding the younger players. And if you look at our roster, we had several sophomores that made huge contributions to the success of our team. And it's good for our older kids to be leading in that manner.
Coach, you told me back on the first day of practice, and I'm not sure if you remember it, that championship teams combine discipline with athleticism. And it certainly seemed back in August that you thought this team could be special. Did you know back then that you had a championship caliber team?
I speculated, I knew that we had a lot of the really good ingredients to have one. It's no different than making a cake. You got to get the ingredients in there, but it has to cook the right time. And I think these kids, work together, they stayed together, and they put themselves and in the right spots, and they didn't really care who got the credit. I think that's the thing, is real servant attitude. They didn't care who got the credit. They just wanted to exceed and win and move on to the next opponent.
Tito, what was sort of the feeling once you kind of got into the end zone for your fourth touchdown?
At the time, it was during the second quarter, and I was just still thinking we need to keep pounding the ball down the throat and throwing the ball down the field. I wasn't satisfied because we hadn't won the game yet.
Todd, obviously you've some really good teams in the past. You have a 57 regular season game win streak, a lot of district titles, but this is the second state championship in school history. Kind of what does it say that this team was able to turn all those ingredients that you mentioned into a state championship? And I guess how hard is it ultimately to win a state title here in Texas?
Well, I've been very blessed. I've been to the state championship 8 times, and I think there's some common components for teams that make it here. And this team has displayed all those from the very beginning, but the injuries and fatigue and just COVID, all those factors play in the success of a team. And so you can't make the call early in the season because there's too many factors that play into success. Teams that stay healthy, good, athletic, self-serving teams that know how to get it done, they're the ones that win the state championship. You just go look at Carthage. They're very much like our team is.
Coach, a lot of seniors on this team on both sides of the ball. What are you going to remember most about this group?
Just like I've already mentioned, they don't care who gets the credit. They just want the goal accomplished. We still have 3 goals. We're going to have 3 goals next year, and everybody's going to start off 0-0, and they just have to work through that process. They never were scared to go out there and bust their guts and put all the work in. They held each other accountable, just like all good teams do, And everybody knew when somebody was on vacation, and everybody knew when somebody was skipping. And we just made up for it and got it all done.
Thank you, Coach, and thank you, Tito. We also have number 2, Zach Stewart, and number 12, CJ Rogers. So we can go ahead and hear from them now. Thank you and congratulations.
You want me to leave too?
Thank you, guys.
You want me to get up? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and we can open it up for any questions for Zach or CJ.
CJ, this is Reese Waddell with the Denton Record Chronicle. I asked Coach Rogers about this. There's a stat out there that you guys never trailed at any point this season. Just what does that say about this team and just dominance y'all displayed through 16 games?
I think it just shows the type of energy we came out with every game, and that's all in the preparation put in each practice during the week. So we came out and scored every game, and it showed.
Zach, I think that maybe this defense flew a little bit under the radar this year, but just night in and night out, y'all were just so dominant, and tonight was no different. What do you think was so special about this defense that kind of led y'all to do that?
I think we played all year with an edge, kind of. After last year, we didn't play too good, and so we had an edge all year, and we wanted to prove ourselves, and we felt like we needed to go out and prove ourselves every game, and I think we did that.
Zach, I heard that you used to the Lindale, is that right? And what grade did you move from Lindale to Argyle, and how special was it tonight to win defensive MVP, win a state championship against some of your former friends and former school?
I moved here in the 3rd grade, and it was special. When I saw the LBJ Lindale score and I saw we were playing Lindale, I got pretty excited. And so it was something good to look forward to all week and talk to them again. So it was a lot of fun.
CJ, this is Joseph Hoy from the Dallas Morning News. This season, was amidst the pandemic, and there was a lot of uncertainty week in, week out, whether it was the offseason or the regular season. Can you just kind of give me your thoughts on just, being able to persevere through all this, get to this point, in kind of a crazy year and ultimately win a state championship?
Yes, sir. I think winning the state championship this year really shows the character of our team. Just with all the stuff that's going on, we don't know what's going to happen. And, we had the mindset that we can only control what we can control. And we did that over the offseason, and it really showed during the season. And we were blessed to be able to play 16 games. And our hard work paid off, and we got the gold medal tonight.
CJ, especially given how the last 2 years ended with kind of play heartbreak, just how much sweeter does it make the state championship be all able to bring it home to Argyle?
Oh, yeah, it's an amazing feeling, especially that this team's just so close with each other. We want everybody to succeed, so it's awesome.
CJ James Harris with NBC5 and the Inside High School Sports Show. Congratulations on a great season. I talked to your coach earlier in the year. He mentioned your story to me. Are you surprised that you were able to step in as a one-year starter without really a whole lot of reps throughout your entire high school career and accomplish what you did with these guys?
No, sir. I came in with confidence with the preparation I put in over the offseason. And, I knew I was going to have some dogs on the O-line and playmakers at wide receiver. So it was just my team really helped me step up this year, and I'm really thankful for that.
That all said, was there a point in the year where, like you, as Reese mentioned earlier, you guys never trailed all year? That's highly unusual, pretty much unheard of. Was there a certain point in the year where you thought, wow, if we stay healthy, nobody's going to be able to stop us? Was there a certain game where the light bulb went off, like, this is a reality, we can do this?
Going into the season, we all knew that we could win a state championship this year. But I think for me, after going to Pleasant Grove and knocking them off, that was just a good team win feeling, and I knew we had a special team then.
Thank you.
CJ, how meaningful was it to kind of get to see Tito, after what he went through in the last year, have an opportunity to step up and have a huge game?
It was awesome. He's a great guy. He's a great friend, and he's one of the most selfless guys on the team. So it's always great to see somebody like that succeed and overcome something. Really happy for him.
CJ, I'm kind of curious. I asked Coach Rogers this. He said, to win a championship, it takes a lot of different ingredients to do that. at the end of the day, what do you think made this team just so special, just start to finish?
I mean, it was everything. It's a full team effort. You know, it starts with the off-season work and everything going on then. And then it's just how we play together. You know, the defense had an amazing season. They stepped up every game. The offense did what we do. The O-line's amazing, and we have the best receivers in the state and the best running backs too.
Zach, this is Joseph.
Two more questions. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Zach, this is Joseph Hoy from the Dallas Morning News. You know, the last couple seasons of this team and this program has obviously had the potential to get to this point, but has slipped up, you know, whether it was Waco La Vega or some other games. I guess coming into the season, how much did that motivate you guys to maybe be the team that was able to overcome those hurdles and get to this point?
I think that gave us all the motivation we needed. You know, we came together as a group, as a class, like a couple of days after we lost to La Vega, and we came together and said, we're not going to do what we've done like the past couple of years. And we started working our tails off. And even throughout quarantine and the pandemic, you know, got in individual groups and just worked and worked.
All right. Thank you both so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And that'll end our press conference. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, sir.